Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars, the Black Series, the Book of Boba Fett's, the Mandalorian from Glavis Ringworld. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging, and here we have on the top some tape, a hook, a little window there to let some light in. Then on the front we have Star Wars, the Black Series, nice big window showcasing the figure and his accessories. Stripe right here for Star Wars, the Book of Boba Fett, the Mandalorian, Glavis Ringworld, assortment numbers. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. 4 and up. Hasbro print on the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. Then on this side we have nothing up here. Right here we've got that stripe. It continues around from the front upwards at an angle and then around to the back. Star Wars, the Black Series. Then on the other side we've got some nice artwork of Din Djarin on Glavis Ringworld, and it says right here, the Mandalorian, Glavis Ringworld. Then on the back, Star Wars, the Black Series, the Mandalorian, Glavis Ringworld. And it says, after entrusting Luke Skywalker with Grogu's care, the Mandalorian, known to few as Din Djarin, sets off to learn more about the origins of his people. And then here we have it again in some other languages I do not read. A close-up of the artwork from the side here. And again, that stripe that continues around. He's number 08 in Star Wars, the Book of Boba Fett. Attention! Especially don't stick things in your French pie hole. Warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Includes figure and 4 accessories. Small, fine, legalese, made in China print, Disney print, embossed numbers, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, completes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And for the smaller stuff, we've got handy dandy tweezers here. And I'm going to go ahead and start this off, folks. If you're expecting a lot of differences between this version and the Mines of Mandalore version, it's not. The figure itself is the same. The only difference is it comes with a soft goods cloak rather than the plastic one. And it does come with the jetpack. Other than that, this figure is the same figure as Mines of Mandalore. So if you have this one, you were thinking about Mines of Mandalore, it might be a pass for you, because this one can certainly fit that bill. But if you've got Mines of Mandalore, this one does. That one didn't come with the jetpack, so you know, you end up getting a little stuck like I am. But that's beside the point. Let's get into taking a look at the accessories. And first up, we have his blaster pistol. And I got stuff getting bumped over here. So I have to say, you know, it does have that nice paint app there for the handle. Gives it a nice wooden look. And it does have nice molded detail in it. And I think it looks pretty cool. Next up is his Vibro knife. Again, it's got that nice silver paint app on it. And it looks really, really cool. Kind of a gunmetal for the handle. Nice molded details. And it's really cool. I just wish that he could actually hold it. Then next up, we'll take a look at the jetpack. rocket pack, whatever you want to call it. And you know, that is pretty cool looking. Pretty cool. And it's even got, maybe you can port some flame effects in there, like maybe the Boba Fett ones fit. I'm not sure. I don't have them out, so I don't know. Because didn't the Boba Fett come with effects for the rocket pack? I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to dig out my accessories and look. And then here we have 2 tabs and a post for putting it on his back, and it almost looks like a face. Like there's the mouth, there's the nose, and 2 eyes. So there's that. Nice molded details on that as well. And it does have a nice silver color to it. Alright. Next up is the dark saber, and here's the handle for it. And nice molded detail. Again, same piece that came with Mines of Mandalore. And so it looks pretty good. And even the blade is the same. It only goes in one way. And it goes in like that, and you just port it in all the way. I'm not going to do that right now because there's something else I want to show with this, which of course I showed with the Mines of Mandalore version, but we'll look at it with this one too, in case you did not watch that review. Well, let's take a look at the figure himself. And I do have to say, throughout, it does have nice silver paint apps on it. And it just, this overall looks really, really cool. This version of the figure, this is like the third, only the third Mandalorian that I have purchased, or Din Djarin that I have purchased, and unless they do some major updates, this is probably going to be the last one. I was hoping Mines of Mandalore would have been the last one, but in the jetpack issue. So I will have to give Hasbro kudos for giving him a soft goods cloak, even though it's not the greatest. It's not the worst. It doesn't really get out of the way real well when you put the jetpack on, but there are ways that you can fix that, or you can do like I'm probably going to do and just swap it out for the wired one that's on one of my other Din Djarins. So we've got all kinds of little paint apps in here. These pieces look like they're probably molded in color, maybe, or not. Could be a paint app. It's hard to tell. So really, again, overall, really good looking figure. And it's like this whole chest armor piece is an overlay, so there is that. The helmet is not removable, as you can see up in there. It is glued to the head, and the head is also silver as well as the helmet, so it does not remove. I'm sure you can pop the head off and maybe swap it out for something else. Hasbro isn't known for really wanting people to do that, because they want you to buy 12 more versions of the same character, and you know, that's their business model, and that's just the way it is, I guess. But again, overall, I really like the look of this one. So let's talk about his articulation. He can look up that high, he can look down that low, and a little bit of chicken neck in there. He's got some waggle. He can do the full exorcist, and I think the neck has a ball at the bottom of it in the torso, so it's a separate piece, and then there's a dumbbell in the top for the head, I think is how it's done. I'm not going to pop it off to check though. Now at the shoulder, he does have some butterfly. It goes back that far, it goes forward that far. And this armor piece here is on a strap that goes down and is plugged in with the peg for the arm. So there is that. It does, well, I say it does. It's supposed to rotate around with the arm, and there you go. It does. It does. It's just got stuck, I guess. He can raise his arm up that high, Nothing at the bicep. Hinge and swivel at the elbow. Single hinge, that is. And it rotates 360 degrees. Gives you that much bend, a little better than 90. And then at the wrist, 360 degrees of rotation on, in and out hinge, and then up and down hinge on the other side. Now there is a cut under the overlay here where the chest and the abdomen meet, and that kind of gives him some articulation in there. He can lean left and right. He can lean back that far. He can lean forward that far. And that's in conjunction. I want to say there's a ball joint here at the waist as well, but I could be mistaken because you know how Black Series likes to skimp out on that. And so, yeah, nothing at the waist. So this won't move around with rotation, but there is rotation up there in the chest, and it does rotate 360 degrees. At the hips, he gives you that much of the splits. Unfortunately, no pull down hinge. That would have been cool. Kind of finish the Mandalorian off. He can kick forward that far, back about a full step, and let's see, there is a cut at the upper thigh for a 360 degree rotation. Single hinge and swivel at the knee. Swivels around 360 degrees and gives you that much bend. No boot cut at the ankle. Tilts down that far, so that is wow. And then up that far, not so wow, but it's okay. And then forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as the accessory storage goes, of course, there's a spot right here in the boot. Can't really see it on camera, for the knife, and you just get it started in there and push it down. And I got it facing the wrong way. At least I think I had it facing the wrong way. So anyway, there it is. There's that in there. His pistol, you can put it in his hand, or it does also fit right in his holster really, really well. Now, as far as the pack goes, you'll notice there's a port and 2 slots that match up with the post and tabs. And just kind of swing the cape out of the way a little bit. Line everything up and give it a good push, and you can kind of drape the cape back down. But again, like I said before, it doesn't work super well like that, so I'm probably going to change it out for the wired one I have, even though the wired one is a bit longer than this one. And then the final thing, if you don't want him using the Darksaber, there's a little bitty itty bitty hook right there, and it will go, that little loop on the end of it will fit that hook. Or of course you can put the blade in the thing and you can hold it, or whatever you want to do with it. You know, however you like to display your stuff, that's completely up to you. But there you have it, my friends. There's my look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have Star Wars, the Black Series, the Book of Boba Fett's, the Mandalorian Din Djarin, Glavis Ringworld, with Star Wars, the Black Series, the Mandalorian Din Djarin, the Mines of Mandalore, and finally the Target exclusive Din Djarin and Grogu 2-pack, Din Djarin. For our final set of comparisons, here we have Star Wars, the Black Series, the Mandalorian, The Mandalorian, Glavis Ringworld, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. Our final Black Series comparison, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on Star Wars, the Black Series, the Book of Boba Fett, The Mandalorian Din Djarin, Glavis Ringworld, I have to say, I think this may be my final Mandalorian. Maybe. I was hoping Mines of Mandalore would be, but he didn't come with the jetpack. So, this one does. And he also comes with a nice try, at least for Hasbro, with some soft goods. And I'm glad to see they didn't try to pawn that plastic cape off on us again with a figure with a jetpack. So I will say it's not great, but from Hasbro's soft goods standards, this is a very good attempt for them. And I think it works much, much better than the plastic cape. Now, of course, if you watched my Mines of Mandalore review of this, you'll notice this is exactly the same figure as that one, except this one comes with a soft goods cape and a jetpack. Other than that, they're exactly the same. Same nice deco, same great look, same accessories, same inability to hold the vibro blade. And you know, I think this is a really, really good entry for Din Djarin. And some people might say, well, it would be better if he had a removable helmet, but you know, he didn't remove his helmet in season 3, at least that I remember. Or the Book of Boba Fett, it did not show him removing his helmet, which is the media that this one is from. And no matter how you feel about that media, you know, it shouldn't affect the fact that this is a really good figure and a good version of Din Djarin. And most possibly the ultimate version for the Black Series. Of course, that all depends on what they change up for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So, but I really expect that this will probably be my final Black Series Mandalorian. We'll just have to wait and see. I would like for this to be my final Black Series Mandalorian Din Djarin purchase. But again, I don't know what the future holds, so I don't know. Now, as far as the soft goods cape goes, I do have one that I bought third party, and it's a wired cape. It's a little bit longer than the one he's got. I may swap those out and just see how it works. But you know, overall, I have to say I give high marks to this one. It's a really, really good entry for the Black Series for Din Djarin. And even though the soft goods don't quite meet my expectations, they may meet yours. I don't know, you know. How you collect, that's up to you. How I collect, that's up to me. And that's my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary, and I don't have an issue with that. If you disagree with me, then that is entirely, you know, up to you, and I don't hold that against anyone who might disagree with my opinion. And I hope you feel the same way, that you don't hold it against me, that I don't necessarily subscribe to your viewpoint. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.